Welcome to the Sentimental Twist,
where two generations share one love for meaningful spaces and gracious hospitality.
I'm Brittany.
And I'm Melissa.
Let's gather around the table and talk home, hosting, and all things sentimental. Hey, y'all! Happy Thanksgiving!
Yes!
This
is a special edition.
Yes. We're going to do things a little bit differently. It's just sort of our, you're busy today, you're prepping, you're hosting, you're visiting family members, whatever you may be doing, or you may be taking it low key. I don't even know, what you might be up to. But we just wanted to still check in with y'all and wish y'all a happy Thanksgiving and sort of transition us to Christmas with a little bit of gift guiding. So
yes, we figured that everybody's already got all the recipes they need. Mm-hmm. Their hair's on fire right now because company's coming. The dog just threw up. The baby's crying. It didn't take a nap when it was supposed to. So we thought, you know what? Let's do something fun because we know after everything is done today, you may want to sit down and start planning your holiday gifting. Mm-hmm. So anyway.
This is episode 8, so welcome. Tell us about where you can find Melissa.
You can find me at Home with a Twist on Instagram. HomeWithATwist.com is my website, and Home with a Twist on YouTube.
Yes, and you can find me at Brittany Shepherd on Instagram, thesentimentaldecorator.com, and Brittany Shepherd TSD on YouTube, TSD. And we are at the Sentimental Twist Podcast as a podcast on Instagram. And you can email us at thesentimentaltwistpodcast@gmail.com. And we really want y'all's feedback today because we're going to share some gift ideas, but we want some from you as well.
Okay, so should we start with our first category?
Yeah, that sounds good.
This is my favorite one, the hostess gift. I don't think you like if you don't show up with a hostess gift, you're not a 100% failure.
No.
But I think it is a nice gesture. Someone opens their home, serves the meal, ushers in warmth, and gift giving is just a way to honor that. And so what makes a good hostess gift? Well, we've shared in one of our episodes, Ina Gardens.
What she
don't
take. Yeah.
Yes. Something that's easy for you to put together, something that's thoughtful or maybe personable, usable, not more clutter.
Right.
I can certainly attest to that, and aligns with their style. Yeah. So I'm going to start with what I love to gift, or I try to gift what I love.
Yeah, I get that too.
Where someone, if they gave it to me, I would just be so excited. And so and I wish I had visuals. I don't, but I love. I got this puzzle. I got this puzzle. I think when the kiddos come for Thanksgiving, well, today, when they come today, they're gonna, they can do this puzzle. It's a holiday puzzle by Boo, Eeboo, and we're gonna share all the links in the show notes.
Absolutely.
So if something we talk about, you can just click on the link down below in the description of this podcast episode. And if you're listening on Spotify or Apple, I guess they'll need to go over to YouTube to get the links, right?
Well, I'll have the links in the show notes on both of the podcast platforms.
Okay.
But YouTube, they'll also be there on either of our YouTubes.
Good to know. All right. So it's by a company called, and it's spelled lowercase Boo, capital BOO, Peace and Love. So peace as in, this is super clever, PIECE, not peace like peace.
Puzzle piece, yeah.
Yeah. It's MS Santa's Reindeer, a 500-piece puzzle. Ms. Santa offers a behind-the-scenes glimpse of holiday preparation in the Claus house. Not surprisingly, Ms. Claus has the logistical coordination well in hand.
Well, we know that Mrs. Claus is pretty much the one that probably does everything anyway. So
she does, and she just, like all women, we make our partners look fantastic. But it's just his really cute little artwork. It's a little retro. It's a little modern looking. It's very colorful. And so this would be a great thing to gift. And you could just, wrap it up in a bow.
Yeah, I love that.
The other thing that I love, because I'm a big bubbly drinker, champagne is my toast of choice, is I found a champagne lover's tea towel.
Cute.
Has the cutest artwork on it. I think it has 9 either 9 or 6 little hand-drawn bottles of bubbly that have different artwork. And
Cute.
I think maybe one of them might be chinoiserie, so it kinda speaks to me.
Mhm.
And it's only 11.99.
Oh, that's good.
So you can wrap that up in a bottle of La Marca Prosecco and then add a bow bottle wrap, which I
Mhm.
shared on my reel. You've done one too.
Yep.
They're these little plastic sleeves that are like shrink wrap
Mhm.
that you place over a it's only made for La Marca and the Clicquot.
Mhm.
So it slides down on there and you take either a heat gun or blow dryer works fine.
Yep,
And
that's what I
the
did.
heat makes it shrink to the bottle. And so your bottle looks like it's wrapped, like it's a beautiful piece of art. So you could give that a bottle wrap and a bottle of Prosecco, and you'd have a really cute little gift for your hostess.
I love
So,
that.
yeah.
Okay, I've got a couple ideas as well. And so
Okay.
I love to put the cute paper guest napkins in my bathroom, and I think that's a really great idea to gift. I do have a show and tell for this because have you heard of the Hester and Cook? I'm sure you have. I
Yes.
love Hester and
Love
Cook.
them.
But, I live on Magnolia Avenue, so I had to get some magnolia ones
Oh,
for the
those are
holiday
so
season,
pretty.
and I got the matches set that has the same style, the same design. So I'm gonna use these in my bathroom for the holiday season and then have a candle that guess that the mat just we've talked about that in an episode about making people feel comfortable. They can light a
After
match if they
they
need
after
to.
they yeah. Now show me
And
the matches box again. That's a big matches
yeah,
box.
I think they're those long matches. I have not opened it. I
Those
love
are
the
great
long
for
matches.
getting down to a tall candle. I
Mhm.
love that.
But they have all different designs, Hester and Cook, but you can also get these guest napkins at TJ Maxx and Home Goods and places like that. And you can get holiday things. And I think that's really great because it's very usable to give a hostess for her
I
home.
love it when someone gives me guest towels, paper guest towels,
Yes.
because
And
I
like
keep
you do,
in the
you can use them
bin.
for crafts, like you do your Mod Podge and stuff. So
Yes,
they
yes.
have multiple uses. So I think that's an easy one that's usable that people appreciate. I have a second idea and it's also napkins, but cloth napkins, either cloth dinner napkins or cocktail napkins that you can monogram fairly cheaply locally. Of course I love a good block print and I've talked about Ritty and they have the scalloped edge embroidered, well, they're not embroidered. They have like a well, I guess it is an embroidery edge scalloped dinner napkins that are very inexpensive and different designs and color schemes. And if you have someone local that could monogram on it, that would be a great idea. But in cocktail napkins, Etsy is a great source
I know.
for anything. If you don't have anybody local to monogram for you, you can get the actual napkins monogrammed, designed how you want to with multiple different small business Etsy sellers. So I just love that. And my last one is also a show and tell from the Winter Blooms workshop. You can
Oh,
get hot
love
one
it.
paper white bulb and gift it in a cute vessel, like a
Yes.
punch cup or a sherbet cup, to your hostess that you're going to see. And then they'll
And you
have
can
something that blooms at Christmas time.
you can find those things cheap at Goodwill.
Mhm. Yes. Oh, yeah. These were actually my grandmother's, but every time I find, like, this style or a punch cup, they're 99 cents usually or 49 cents, so
Yeah, and so everybody be sure to watch. Well, do you have the replay live on your website?
people can actually, message me on, Instagram or email me, and I'll send them the replay, so I
Yeah. So she's
don't
talking
have it
about the
live yet.
paper class that you taught, and you had a
Yeah, it
really
was
good
so fun.
turnout for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So those are my
Okay.
hostess gift
I
ideas.
love those. I love those. Okay. Now, next.
Next category, gifts for the girls in your life. And this can be sisters, nieces, dear friends, moms, all the things. And you think with women, I would give them ideas, give them things that are beautiful and provide some self-care or accessories that are design forward, just something fun that fits her style or maybe something that she's passionate about, something that's a hobby of hers. If she loves fashion or if she loves home decor, kind of speak to who that person is and try to be as personalized as possible with your gifts. That's one of my favorite things because Anna and I shop for each other like our mamas would shop for each other, is what we say, since we don't have really anybody to go all out for us at Christmas. We do the whole thing. We do stockings for each other, 8 to
Oh my
10.
gosh.
8 to
gosh.
10 gifts for each other. And so it's my favorite thing. I shop all year for Anna's Christmas. And we have a besties Christmas Eve. So um
What a
we're
great friend you are.
we
You're
now it
so
we
lucky that
both
you have each other.
yes, she's my sis. She's my sister.
Oh,
Um so it's fun because we both don't, we don't have our moms anymore. Neither of us are married, you know, date people from time to time, but nobody really shops for us like our mamas would shop for us. So that was our goal, to shop for each other like our mamas would shop for us. And
I
so
love that.
we have so much fun with it. And one year we challenged ourselves to only do secondhand. So that was really fun too. So,
I love that. I'm gonna be hosting we have a local antique mall,
mhm.
and I got together with a couple of I know we're getting off topic here, but it's kinda like secondhand. It's on that same topic. I invited a couple of vendors to come over, and we sat in a ladies' lounge last week and had coffee and pumpkin bread because I want to really focus on shop small,
Mhm.
shop women, support
Mhm.
women,
Mhm.
and to buy things that have a story.
Yeah.
And maybe it's a new story, it's a made up story, but it has a story. So
Mhm.
we're going to host an event on December 9th at the Fort Worth, at the Camp Bowie Mercantile. It's going to be from 6 to 8 p.m. It's a ticketed event that includes wassail and cookies, door
Mhm.
prizes, and I'm going to do a presentation on gathering certain things from each vendor's booth and share 3 ways that you can use it.
Mhm.
And then we're gonna do everybody is gonna go on a scavenger hunt. And their job is to, like, find something that belonged to your that looked like something that was that you remember your grandmother having,
Mhm.
taking a picture of yourself with it and sharing it on Instagram, and then they get a prize at the end. So, I'm
Cute.
super
Such
excited
a
about
fun
that.
idea.
It's gonna be called, Vintage Under the Mistletoe.
Very cute.
I
So cute.
know. Okay, so I'm gonna, share the 2 things I love to give.
Mhm.
Well, and Brittany and I talked about we love to gift things that we would wanna get.
Right.
So I love anything that diffuses a lovely smell.
Mm.
So am going to get one of these for myself and probably put it underneath the Christmas tree. But it's a ceramic Christmas tree, like not the ones that have the lights on them, but it's
Right.
kind of like that. It's
Mhm.
textured and it's a diffuser.
So does it, like, soak up the
Yes.
okay, I've seen the little flower ones, but I've never seen a Christmas
Yeah,
tree
this
one.
is it's
Cute.
white. It's
Mhm,
white,
yeah.
so it'll go with
Mhm.
anyone's decor, and the diffuser part comes out the top. So
Love.
you could gift that with and pair it with your favorite scent or whatever
Mhm.
your girlfriend's favorite scent is.
Yeah.
I like things like Fraser fir at Christmas,
Mhm.
lavender, I have some really good, Sarah, who we had on the show last season from
Mhm.
Simply Southern Cottage, she gifted me a bottle of their lavender that they put in their diffusers when their guests stay in the villas,
Cool.
and I just love the way it smells. So, anyway, you could wrap all that up in cellophane and gift it with a pretty
Mhm.
bow.
Mm.
So, I love a good wrap or a shawl.
Yeah.
Even sometimes in the summer, you just kinda get that little
Little
chill,
chill, a little something on
or
your
you could
arms.
take it you could stick it in your bag and go to a movie
Mhm.
or, take it or, if you go out to dinner. So, I love the brand Chappy Wrap, and
Me too.
it's Chappy Wrap. And they have a really pretty one that's kind of a herringbone, and my favorite color is shell. It's kind of
Mhm.
a real creamy vanilla.
Mhm.
You can pay a small fee, which actually is probably cheaper to have them do it because then you wouldn't have to wait, get it, and then take it to the monogrammer, but they'll personalize it. So, they'll always think of you when they're wrapping themselves up to be warm, and it just looks super chic. And it's a great gift for all ages. I mean,
Yeah.
this would be great too if you have a grandma that's in an assisted living or a
Mhm.
nursing home. If you have a friend who when my mom passed away, one of my friends gifted me a prayer shawl that
Mm.
the committee at her church made,
Mhm.
and if you have a friend that this is their first Christmas without their loved one,
Mhm.
a shawl monogrammed, wrapped up with a sweet little note, like, "I hope when you wrap yourself in this warmth that you'll know that you're being thought of this holiday season." So I
Mhm.
just love a good wrap.
That's sweet. Yeah, I love
Yeah.
that. Okay, so I have a couple of things. One of them, I hope Anna is not listening or watching because it's her Christmas gift, but,
Okay,
or
Anna,
one of her
leave
Christmas.
the room. Anna, leave the room.
Um, but one thing that she gave me several years ago that I just love and think is a great idea is a 5-year journal. Rifle Paper Company makes them. They're not dated, but they have each page is the day of the year, and then you add the year. So, like, I have mine here. I'll show you. Um,
You're so
so
organized, Brittany.
so like this was this is November 18th, so this is the one for tomorrow. But so I started it in 23 because she gave it to me Christmas of 22, so 23, 24, and I'll fill it in tomorrow for 25. You just put a little, you can use it however you want to, but I use it as sort of um, a gratitude journal. So I just jot something down every morning that I'm thankful for. And so last year on the 16th or 17th of November, because that's around the time we're recording this, I talked about thankful for a beautiful weekend and starting to decorate for Christmas. So I love that. Rifle Paper Company has very pretty covers for theirs, but it's the same,
Their
idea.
artwork is just so gorgeous and
Yeah.
so distinct.
Hmm.
Like, if you see it on anything, you're like, "Oh my god, that's Rifle
That's
Paper
Rifle Paper.
Company." You know what
And
I
then
love
this,
about that you know what I love about that journal, Brittany?
what's that?
Is I love how you were able to look back at a year ago,
2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years.
yes, and go, "Wow,
Uh-huh.
either I've come a long way, I didn't realize I was struggling,"
Hmm.
or, "Oh my gosh, I forgot all about doing that," or what I love that, and you're very disciplined.
I
So
just
I
looked at the one from 23 and it says, "So thankful today that my phone decided to turn back on after being dead for 12 hours." So I don't remember that happening, but apparently I was gonna.
see, now that's my point, is, you're so disciplined. I'm wondering, do you do it every night before you go to bed?
I do it in the morning because I'm a morning gal, and
Oh,
so I drink my coffee before I do my phone stuff because I always reply to comments and things in the morning on Instagram. But so before I dig into that, I drink some coffee and I do this snuggled up wherever I am with the dogs. And so
you are so disciplined. I wish I had that discipline.
I don't know why. I just love mornings, and if
Rituals,
I'm
and you
going
love
to do something as a
rituals.
habit, yeah, rituals. I love rituals. If I'm gonna do a ritual out of something, I'm trying to fix it in my morning if it's something that really brings me joy because I love mornings. So
I love that.
So the thing that I have that's a Christmas gift for Anna that she can't see is a Furbish Studio needlepoint pillow, and this one is the Golden Girls one. Thank you for being a friend. We love the Golden Girls. It's one of our favorite shows to watch together. We say we are the Golden Girls. We're going to be the Golden Girls. We're going to have a compound one day if we both stay unmarried for the rest of our lives, or even if we are married, we might have a compound.
Yeah,
But so the Golden Girls, this is kind of not an inside joke because it's not really a joke, but it's something that we both love and we relate to with each other. But they have the cutest, and they're not super cheap, but they have the cutest needlepoint pillows. Some are super sassy, some are funny, some are endearing. If Furbish Studio is probably the priciest version of a needlepoint pillow, but Two's Company also has them from time to time that aren't quite as expensive. But
yeah,
they're just really fun.
I love that, and you know what? Sometimes sometimes it is worth spending the
Mhm,
money
mhm.
because that's gonna be an heirloom piece.
Yeah, it's so
Like,
cute.
you wouldn't wanna spend that amount of money on, one of the giant candles that you're gonna which is a luxury, and I love
Mhm.
scents, and I
Mm,
would be totally giddy if someone,
yeah.
gifted me with one of those 10-gallon 5-wick candles. But you burn it, and then that's the end,
Oh,
and you throw the glass away,
mhm.
unless you use it, in your case, for a paperweight. But personalized needlepoint pillow, that's a tongue twister.
Yeah, it is.
That every time you look at it, Anna's gonna think of you,
Mhm.
and then someday that'll get passed on to someone else. I
Yeah.
just love that. Your gifts are so thoughtful.
I really, and I think I got that honestly from my mom, like, gift giving is one of my favorite things because I really love to think about what especially those that are closest to me, obviously, what they would really appreciate and find, like, be super excited about, remember forever, keep forever, so,
Yeah.
it's super fun. We so those are my 2 gifts for girls, but
Okay, so now we're gonna move on to the gardener and bird watcher.
yes.
And I hope you're gonna share when it's your turn to share. I think you're gonna share next, but This is a lovely niche.
It
Someone
is.
who loves being outside, who loves plants, who loves bird watching, bird feeding, creating a habitat for all living things. We tried to find some things that were purposeful, that are
Mhm.
beautiful, that are nature centric, and maybe sustainable. So, what are yours? And I hope one of them is what you have in your backyard.
What do I have in my backyard? It is.
Okay, good.
Okay. So, yeah, this one was hard for me to narrow down just 2 or 3 ideas because this is my newest hobby, I think, that I don't know, something happens when you get hit your 30s at some point, you just love birds and you love gardening, and you understand why while we joke about, you get a certain age and this is all you care about,
Yeah.
and you get excited when you get plants for Christmas. Last year, someone gave me a tree, and it was, like, the best thing ever. So my feather snap scout bird feeder that I shared last season on a Bless It, and there's a reel back from maybe June or so on my Instagram. It's from Lowe's and it's a camera bird feeder and it is the best thing. They still love it. They flock to it, if you will. And I love it. I love watching my birds on the camera and checking in on them. But it's from Lowe's. You can also get it at other places, but Lowe's usually runs a pretty good deal on it on Black Friday. So I hope that you can find a
Ooh,
good deal if
yeah. I
you
may wanna gift
explore it.
that's another thing for me to buy for myself under the tree.
Mm.
Do you do that? Do you buy yourself gifts and wrap them?
No, because I buy myself stuff all the time, so
No, I wrap things because I'm not quite sure what Doug and Phoebe are gonna gift me, and so I'll just wrap things that I know for sure I want, and then I'll be like, "Oh my gosh, thank you, Doug," and he'll think Phoebe bought it, and so he'll be like, "Oh, you're welcome," and I'm like, "Mm-mm, I bought that. I bought it. You don't know anything."
I don't wrap myself things because it's kind of a joke that people are like, "Treat yourself." I'm like, "Never do I ever not really treat myself." So. Okay, so my next thing is from Etsy. I love Etsy. I love shopping vintage and small via Etsy. Repurposed vintage spoons into herb or garden markers. And they're the stamped ones. I don't have any. They're on my Christmas wish list, but there's several different sellers, but I'm going to link the ones that I like the most. And it's a set of 5 and they're vintage spoons and they're stamped and they're for herbs. So there's like thyme, oregano, rosemary, basil. But they're vintage spoons. And I just love that because it's a way to repurpose and like
Yes.
recycle them. And they're
Yes.
beautiful. And especially if you have a little kitchen herb garden and a windowsill, how cute they would be. There's
Yeah.
also the ceramic one, so you can get, like, blue and white if that's your vibe, but I just love the spoons because I am a dish and silverware, fanatic, and so those are really cute. And then my last thing is super practical. It is my Gorilla cart, which was a Christmas gift from Anna a few years ago that has the dump, like, you can pick up and dump. I use that thing. I've had to, like, pump the tires back up several times because I just use it to haul my trash to the road. I use it in the garden all the time to move big pots. It is just so practical and useful for gardening. And I know it's not the beautiful part of gardening, but it's the practical part of gardening.
Yeah,
So,
and sometimes you need those practical gifts because I think a lot of times we don't buy ourselves the
yeah,
things that are practical, you
mm,
know?
agreed. So, what do you got?
Well, great minds think alike. One of the things that you shared is kind of similar to mine, but I'll wait on that. So, one of my favorite companies right now is Heirloom Roses.
Oh, yeah.
I
Mhm.
planted 4 of their roses through a collaboration with them back in October. And already I've gotten one that is and they come, they're not bare root, they're own root, but they come basically just stems.
Mhm.
And all 4 of them have already put out leaves, and one has already gifted me 2 roses.
Wow.
So they're super healthy. It's a company that's family owned.
Mhm.
They started, I think, back in the 70s. It was a couple named Louise, and I can't think of what the husband's name is, Clements. So I
Mm.
have Louise's rose, the first one that they started.
Yes.
Anyway, they sell all kinds of beautiful roses and perennials. Their emphasis is roses, but they have a really neat holiday gift guide.
Oh, neat.
And one of the things they shared is called a beneficial bug house.
Oh, yes. Like a bug hotel.
And It's crafted with natural materials. It offers a safe shelter for hardworking allies like lacewings, ladybugs, solitary bees to support a vibrant, healthy ecosystem without the need for chemical sprays.
Mhm.
And it's really cute. It's not, totally invasive. Like it would blend into anyone's garden setting.
Mhm.
And basically you just attach it to your fence or
Mhm.
someplace where it's safe for the bugs to to set up shop. You can also that's on heirloom roses. You could also just give someone, a gift card if they
Mhm.
love to plant in the
Pick
spring. They also have beautiful knee pads
mm.
that they're not Rifle Paper Company, but they're kind of that
Vibe.
fabric.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, pruning shears and gloves. I mean, like, you
Oh,
could
yeah.
give everybody the suite of all of those things that are kinda coordinating and wrap those and maybe put those in a metal gardening,
Mhm.
watering can,
Oh, yeah,
wrap it
cute.
in cellophane in a bow.
Mhm.
And so that's the first thing, and then the second thing is garden stake markers. So I found a couple of sets that are hand stamped. One is hand stamped like remember the old-timey label makers
Mhm.
where it was a strip of vinyl and it had, like, a typewriter letter and it was like that? It looks like those.
That's similar
And
to
they're
these that I
yeah,
was telling about. Mhm.
very brightly colored. So
Oh,
they'd stick out in anywhere in your garden, and
fun.
you can get anything. You can have them make anything: tomato, cilantro, rosemary, zucchini, anything you're growing in your garden, and they look really cute. And then the other ones, similar to you, gosh, you and I think alike. It's ceramic herb markers, and it's in a beautiful hand lettering with
Mm.
the art of what the herb looks like,
Oh, that's
and it's
pretty
an entire set of 10.
fun.
And I just think that would just be such a meaningful gift, every time, like, a lot of the things we've talked about is that
Yeah.
when they see it, they'll think of you, you
Mhm.
know?
I
So,
love those. Yeah, I had like 4 or 5 other things that I could have added to this list because this is the what I'm treating myself most to lately is
yeah,
garden.
I mean, Etsy runs really good
They
sales,
really do. Yeah.
and my suggestion would be if you think you wanna do something personal, like what we've talked about, and you wanna use Etsy, get on it now
Yeah, do it this weekend.
because they won't be able to get it to you in time for Christmas.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
Agreed. Okay, we're gonna go to the next category, which is gifts for the cook. And Melissa, you're the hostess with the mostest with your heirloom recipes and hosting background. So this is your big category. So let's talk about gifts for the cook that might be little upgrades that are fun but functional, things they'll use often, not just one time, that might add beauty to their kitchen, but might also be practical. What you got?
Okay, so my 2 things, my first one is I love to gift vintage cookbooks
Oh yeah.
based on the person's interest.
Mhm. Mhm.
So, for example, I love Helen Corbett.
Yes.
Helen Corbett, for those who don't know who Helen Corbett was, she was hired by Neiman Marcus, Stanley Marcus, back in the 60s, I think, to be the culinary director in the tea rooms at Neiman Marcus.
Mhm.
So if you do happen to go and have lunch at Neiman's, the chicken salad, the lemon souffle, all the things were originally developed by Helen.
Mhm.
She has a whole bunch of cookbooks, hosting for a dinner party. And I just love her wisdom. Her recipes are timeless. They're not she would never serve a stuffed bologna, let's just say. So, a fun side story to that, when I was meeting with these 2 ladies from the Mercantile, she happened to have one of Helen Corbett's cookbooks in her booth, and an older couple who also have a booth were so excited to find it, and they bought it, and they told Tracy, "Anytime we find this specific Helen Corbett cookbook that was, I think, copyrighted 1963 or that was when it was published, that was the year that we were married, and that's the book we gift to anyone who gets married
Oh,
because we want them to know this is how long we've been married and that, this is
that's
just a
such a
timeless isn't that
sweet
sweet?
thing.
And they
Yeah.
write a really sweet message on the
That's
inside cover and it just becomes a keepsake. So
mhm.
why not start the couple out with a fun heirloom item,
Mhm.
you know, uh, as soon as they're married. So another cookbook that I love, if anyone's a big Audrey Hepburn fan,
Mhm.
this is Audrey at Home. and I've had this book for a long time. But basically, it's memories of his mother's kitchen. So it's written by one of her sons. And it's got pictures in it of her life and the story of, her, just everything. And it's got her recipes, and that's just a really sweet book. So I always try to think of what the person's interest is and then try to find it. And you can find all kinds of vintage books at estate sales,
Yeah.
garage sales, Goodwill, half price books. I mean, they're everywhere. So
A
just
new website for me that I use a lot for older books is thriftbooks.com.
okay.
It's
I
a
didn't
good
know about them.
Mhm.
Okay,
It's a good
good.
one. Yeah.
Okay.
I've gotten some old Martha books from there, so
Oh, like her entertaining book.
no, I don't have that one yet, but
I think I have that one, but it's a huge resurgence now.
mhm, mhm.
And all she did was just republish it.
Yeah,
It's got the old same pictures from 1980. And so, anyway,
yeah.
okay. So, the other thing that I found, and this was kind of inspired from when I helped Phoebe move into she moved into a new apartment. I realized the child does not have a good set of measuring cups.
Mm,
She has heart shaped plastic measuring cups, which is precious and sweet. But for the baker in me, I'm like, I don't know how accurate a heart shaped 1 cup measure is. So,
mhm.
I found once again on Etsy metal ones that are either gold, black, rose gold, or silver, and you
Okay.
can have it etched to say like Phoebe's Kitchen.
Cute.
And it comes with a set of measuring cups that are all like nested together,
Mhm.
and then a set of measuring spoons.
I love
So
that.
she'd have the whole kit and caboodle, and that could be something she could have as an heirloom for the rest of her life. It's
Mhm,
metal. It
mhm.
might tarnish, but who cares?
Yeah.
And I so if it's not one of those kind of measuring cups, I just love the measuring cups that are nested.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Maybe it looks like a cupcake liner or
Mm,
strawberry. You can find some of those at World Market and Anthropologie. So
mhm.
those are
Cute.
my picks. What about you, Brittany?
Okay, so mine, I have another show and tell. I love a show and
Love
tell.
your show and tells.
So Maldon sea salt
Mm.
is lovely. It's flaky. You can get it on Amazon, but then put it in a pretty vintage vessel so they can have it on their counter. So this is mine. This is my grandmother's milk glass candy dish. Make sure it's food safe. But then the flaky Maldon sea salt, it's perfect for accenting meals, especially like cookies, if you need some flaky salt on some cookies. But Maldon sea salt is just, it's so good. And I just think it's a fun, like creative
I
gift
love
for a
it.
gift.
You win the award for the most creative gifting. I swear.
No, I just love doing that.
We should just
The
close
other
this
thing,
window and I'm just gonna stop talking because all your things are so cute.
no, I love your ideas. I've gotten some good ideas. The
Okay.
other people have seen this on my Instagram and they ask about it a lot is my blue and white Dutch oven. Um, that I leave it out on my stovetop as decor, but I cook in it at least once or twice a week. But it's that Cascada brand? Well, it's Cuisinart Cascada, and it's a blue and white motif, and it's beautiful and very practical, and it's on Amazon, and it's not as expensive as Le Creuset Dutch ovens, so it's
Yeah.
sort of a happy medium. And then the last thing is kind of a new thing for me, and Anna, don't listen because you're gonna get this as well, but it's one of those food warming mats. Have you seen that?
Yeah. I
Okay.
have and I need one.
So, roll that out, put your casserole dishes on it, and they stay warm from the ambient heat. But then you can also I saw this Instagram got this guy on Instagram the other day, warming bricks in the oven wrapped in tinfoil and like having a casserole dish on the counter, with something under it so it doesn't hurt your counter. Put the two warmed bricks in the bottom of the casserole dish and then put another casserole on top. And it's so funny because when I moved into this house, there were a ton of wrapped bricks in tinfoil, and I was like, "What is this about?" And I think that's what she used them for. So, I'm,
Interesting.
Mhm. But it's so that, it's evenly heating them and it's not
Yeah, I mean, that's what they used to do back in the
cold.
day when
Mhm.
they would warm up a bed,
Mhm.
they would just I don't even know if they didn't have tinfoil, I don't think, so
Right.
it might have just been a hot brick that was in the bed with you, and you had to make sure you didn't burn yourself, but, I mean, that's brilliant.
Yeah, but the warming mat is, I guess, the modern version of that. They have all different varieties on Amazon, shapes, sizes, colors. But I thought that would be really good, especially for the holidays to keep your food warm out on the counter. And it's, you know,
I love that.
um,
When my sister got married, I don't know that she still has it, and it probably wouldn't be I don't know, things made back in the '70s were so much better made, but
Mhm.
I'd kinda be worried because it's electrical
Electrical.
now,
Mhm.
but it was one of those retro, it had wooden handle, and then the thing was, kinda like a textured glass.
Mhm.
You plug it in, and I remember being 7 years old, and when she got that out of the box at her wedding shower, I was fascinated with, "That will heat a casserole." I mean, like, I was using words like that when I was 7.
Right. I still have I guess my mom probably they probably got it when they were married in 1978, but it's the first version of a slow cooker, so it's the plug-in, like, base that you can it's a regular pot that fits on top of the base that heats, and so I use it all the time still for my, like, pot roast and things because I wanna brown it on the stove top and then let it slow cook, so I move it to this plug-in warmer base situation thing. Like, it's basically like a what are those? Like the plug-in eyes, but it's not an
Yeah,
eye, it slow
uh-huh.
cooks. And so now when I make a pot of soup and I let it cool and I just put it in that pot in the fridge and then pull it out and put it on top of that to warm, when I'm
Wow.
ready to have soup for lunch or dinner if I'm home for the day. But I wouldn't, like, leave it if I
Yeah,
left, I
yeah,
wouldn't leave the house with it plugged in just because 'cause I'm
yeah,
not sure.
sure. We don't wanna burn Miss Lucia's house down.
No.
Okay,
Anyway, so those are fun gifts for
alright.
kids.
So now we're gonna move on to the cozy home,
Mm,
which is probably your favorite
my
category.
favorite, yeah.
Home is where comfort lives. Everybody
Mhm.
everybody knows Brittany and I don't wanna do any we don't wanna accept anyone's invitations. We just wanna be at home
Same.
in we wanna be at home in our pajamas and not speak to anyone. So this could
Well,
be
yes, but it's just comfortable.
hosting, decor, vignette styling. This category is gold. I mean, there are so many things you could do. Think cozy, ambient lighting, personal touches, sustainable design.
Yeah.
So I love scent, as I've said before.
Mm,
Love
mhm.
layering scents. And I would love, if anyone's out there listening, I would love it if you gave me like a whole suite of the fragrance in a room spray, a counter spray, hand soap, hand lotion,
Mhm.
detergent. I love the brand Levant.
Oh, me too. Mm,
And they have their own website, and you can also find it at it's plant-based,
yeah.
and the scents are delicious. And I think my favorite one right now that I have in my powder room is, let's see, I wrote it on here, brushed bergamot.
I love anything bergamot. I
I do
love that
too,
fragrance.
and Trader Joe's has a really one vetiver and bergamot,
Ooh,
and
yeah.
it's gone viral. It's very hard to find the counter spray. I have the hand soap and the room spray.
Mhm.
It's just very, like, sprucey, clean, fresh smelling. It's not
Mhm.
floral. It's kind of a distinctive smell, but
Yes.
you'd know it if you'd smell it. It smells a
Mhm.
little spicy, you know,
Mhm.
but they have all the things. They have hand and dish soap, room spray, counter cleaner, detergent, and hand lotion. And I know right now they have one called Winter Fur.
Mm.
And I don't know, some people are like, "Why would you" and if you get it on Amazon for the winter fur, there's a 10% off promo
Okay.
code that's
Mhm.
attached to it. But I don't know, I love to clean my counters. I just love for my kitchen to smell nice,
Mhm.
and I know that's one of the things that you and I have shared before. If you know guests are coming in 10 or 15 minutes, spray your house,
Mhm.
go around and spray all the rooms you're gonna be in with a little bit of air freshener or room
Mhm.
spray, wipe your counters down, and
Mhm.
it smells like the house is clean.
Right.
Okay, now another one is a little bit of a splurge, is I'm really thinking this is another gift I'm gonna buy myself under the tree, is Hotel Chocolat, a velvetizer.
Mm.
It's a very bougie hot cocoa maker.
Oh.
Yeah, and they have one that's copper.
Mm.
So it basically looks like a carafe.
Yeah.
And, I mean, there's probably other ways you could do this, but it's just the marketing of it.
Mhm.
And it plugs in, and basically you pour your milk in, and they have little sachet packets that have
Mhm.
all different flavors, like salted caramel hot cocoa.
That
And
would be
it's
my thing.
whatever is in their blend, you mix it with your milk, whatever
Mhm.
variety of milk you like. You could do almond milk or cashew or whole milk,
Mhm.
and it just whips it up. So it's really rich and thick and, like, basically puts s Swiss Miss just, like, out of
It's a
business.
shame. Mhm.
Yeah, and, so it comes with, you can choose any color of it's a barista grade hot chocolate maker, so you can pick any color you want, and
Okay.
it comes with 2 ceramic pod cups, which are basically like little cups that you can drink the hot cocoa, and
Mhm.
then 10 single serve sachets. So it's enough to get them started.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
That sounds
that would be
amazing.
yeah,
I gotta look that up.
I know.
So I'm gonna go with my cozy home ideas all about lighting and glow.
You love lighting, that's one of your favorites.
Yeah, and I recently, I don't know, a couple weeks ago maybe now, posted my home in the fall in the evening with all the lamps on and all the glowy things on and the candles lit, and it's just something about it. And so that's why I decided to go with light stuff today. And so for my ideas, this people have seen it tons and tons and tons of times, but these live in the rechargeable lamps. They have a vintage look with a glass shade from Amazon. I put them in my dish pantry to light the little special area in my dish pantry, but then I put them on the tables or I put them on the coffee table. Every time I need to I want to add a little bit of glow somewhere, these little rechargeable lights, and now they're everywhere and there's all different varieties. But they're just super cute. And
Yeah.
this one I love because it's vintage inspired.
I
And then
love those I love those in a powder room.
yes. Oh, yeah,
If you don't
smart.
wanna have to
Mhm,
worry about the
mhm.
cord. I don't
Yeah.
know why when they build a house, why can't they put the cord, like, further down?
I
You
know.
don't see, like, the cord hanging from the wall, it's just ugh. So anyway, those would be great in there.
And then Anna and I, with our shop, we have started collecting oil lamps, kerosene oil lamps. And we just decided recently we're going to take them off the floor and keep them all because they're so cute and they just provide such a cool atmosphere. Kind of old timey because you're lighting them with kerosene oil or whatever. I don't know, different oils. And if you're iffy about them, they have new ones on Amazon that you can buy. But the vintage ones are gorgeous. You can get blue and white ceramic ones. You can get the little mini French ones, brass ones. I created an Etsy collection that I'll link in the show notes of all these vintage oil lamps that you can try. And then, if power goes out, you've got lighting. But they're so cozy, you know.
You were born in the wrong century.
I think I was. I really do think I was.
I think you would make a great friend to Laura Ingalls Wilder.
I don't know if I'm that go far
You might
that.
not you might not live as long because, frankly, no one lived very long there because the women had to do all the work.
Mhm.
But, yeah, kerosene lamps, that's a real flashback to
But y'all, I'm telling you, they're so pretty. There's so many the little French ones that have beautiful hand painted designs on them. And then, like I said, if you're iffy about using old ones, Amazon has new ones, and then they have the oil that you can buy as well. But they're just kind of cool. Like, I don't know, there's something neat about it.
so
And then
where's yours in the house? Do you have one that you just light?
there's one in my den, in my snug room, in my
So
den.
that's where when you read at night, you read by the light of your lantern?
No. Just plug it in. I
With
don't
your
plug it in.
sleeping cap
Yeah,
on and
yeah. No, I light it just for coziness. Like, I don't know, it's just cozy.
you feel
Um,
like it won't burn your house down.
no, I don't think it will. Yeah.
Okay.
Because, you has the knob that turns the wick up, and then when
Yeah,
it burns down for the night, you blow it out, whatever.
okay.
So
Alright.
it's not too it's like a candle in a way, the
Okay.
same kind of concept. So again, more glow candles. You talked about scent. So this is a combo. I love those candle lamps, candle warmer lamps.
Oh,
But if you're doing a gift and you want to do like a candle lamp and a candle with it, whichever candle you love to give or that your friend or somebody that you're giving this gift to loves, and then Amazon has these cute little candle snuffer and wick trimmer sets. So that would be like a great little like gift basket kind of thing. The candle warmer lamp, which you don't need to trim a wick with candle warmer lamp, but if you're lighting it, then you've got the wick trimmer, the candle snuffer, and some of them even have the cute little candle toppers that are ornate and designed, and then a favorite candle. So that's glow and scent. if you will.
Yes.
So I wanted to kinda lean into the vibes there with the lighting. So oil lamps, rechargeable battery lamps, and candles.
Yeah, Phoebe really wants she saw my Happy Wax melt
Mhm.
set that I have, and she also loves Pura. Pura's a
I
good
love Pure. I have 2, one at my back door, one at my front door, and they
yeah,
have the
in
same
fact,
fragrance.
last night I hosted my Friendsgiving,
Oh, yeah.
and I had my Pura going in the in the dining room, and it's so discreet, people don't know it, but
Mhm.
all of my guests said, "Oh my gosh, it smells so good in here."
Mhm.
And I don't even know what the scent was in there. It might have been white tea
Mm,
and something else. But I
yeah.
have it the dining room is right as you walk in our door.
Mhm.
So I have it timed so that when people are most likely to stop by
Mhm.
and they walk in, it just smells
Smells
so
good.
good. Yeah,
Mhm.
so Pura is a good gift too. I mean, that's just kind of
It
a side.
is, and they have the gift sets, and they have the holiday gift sets that have the Christmas fragrances, so, like, the Nest Holiday and Fir Balsam Fir,
Yeah.
remember what the Nest fragrance fir is called, but I love Nest Holiday, that's my favorite candle of all time. It is very bougie, and it's an expensive candle, but it is
Yeah, it is if you're gonna spend the money on a candle, hands
it
down, Nest is the best brand.
yeah, best and that holiday fragrance is the best. Whenever I burn that candle, I got a bunch on a really crazy sale a couple years ago, and so I haven't had to buy them again, and whenever I have that burning, people are always like, "Whoa, it smells so good, it smells like Christmas," and so
So
it's
you're
so
gonna have to burn one of those when you have your show at your house.
I'll get the Puripods too, so that I
Yeah.
can not I can
I
save
wonder if
money.
Nest would be on I know you can get Nest on Amazon. I wonder if those will be Black Friday.
Oh, that's a good call, and they do run decent sales from time to time on their own website, but have you heard of the Honey app?
Yes.
So that's how I got that deal that time. I had them in my cart and I ran it through Honey and a coupon code came up and I got like 3 of the big 3-wick candles for like $70 3 years ago. So, I don't know that
Wow.
I could do that again because they probably caught that, it was probably an error.
Well, and
Um
somebody shared recently, one of my friends, her haul she got at Sephora
Mhm,
when they were having their big sale, and she ran it through Honey.
mhm.
Basically, anybody who's listening, Honey is like
Extension.
a free extension on your laptop, or you can use it on your phone, but I
Mhm,
think it's probably better if you're shopping on your laptop for that, and
mhm,
it'll run coupons,
mhm.
and a lot of times you can save, maybe 10%, but
Yeah,
sometimes you could save, like, 50% on
yeah.
something, and then you could always use Rakuten.
Mhm,
Rakuten, you get a rebate, so these are ways that you can save some money and, recoup your savings.
mhm.
Okay.
Is this our last category?
Yes.
Okay, this one's fun. Tech
Yeah.
and wellness under the radar. So, like, mindful gifting, you found a survey or, like, not a survey, a report that talked about how people really care about meaningful and mindfulness and, leaning into tech that makes you healthier. Um,
Yeah,
and
and I'm not really sure that either one of my picks that I'm sharing
I
are
mean, kind
it's
of
kind of tech,
mindful.
but,
Yeah,
whatever.
I have
Um, are you
one.
ready for me to share?
Yeah, you go first.
Okay, so I'm not like I said, I'm not really sure this counts as tech, but in my world it does.
One of mine's not techie.
Okay. I love because I got a record player for Mother's Day. I am really into playing vinyl.
Mhm.
And now that it's Christmas, I've been looking for Christmas albums. They have one right now at Target, and it's called A Snowy Set List. And the album looks like a peppermint candy. And the cover of the album looks like a sweater that's been monogrammed that says
Cute.
Snowy Set List, and it's got 14 holiday classics, things like Andy Williams, Judy
Mhm.
Garland, Bing Crosby, all the ones we grew up on,
The Andy
and it's not
Williams
very
Christmas album.
expensive. So I think that would be such a cute you could either do that as a hostess gift if you were
Mhm.
going to
Oh,
a Christmas party or tree trimming, and
yes.
you knew the hostess had a record player,
That would be super cute.
that would be.
Mhm.
And then for mindful gifting, I would love to receive or give a membership to a museum or a
Mm,
botanic garden.
love that.
Like we have Fort Worth is known for its cultural district. We have a lot of really world class museums, and one of them is the Kimball.
Mhm.
and it always has its traditional, or its, I guess it's, what would you call it? It's standard gallery, and then they have special events when they bring
Mhm.
in traveling exhibits. But they have a really nice tea room. It's a great place to go and have lunch, and then from I think 3 to 5 in the afternoons, they serve or not high tea, but a tea.
Mhm.
$30, you get a big pot of tea, and then, like, this two-tiered, three-tiered thing they bring to your table full of treats. It's a great thing to do. But I also love, since I love to garden, as do you, a membership to the Fort Worth Botanic Garden. For me,
Mhm.
that would be so fun, and then you can I think it's an add-on, but you could add on the extra cost so you could take your dog.
What?
And I just think that would, yeah, they do pup in the garden, all kinds of pup up in the garden is what they call it, I think. And you could just take your dog and go for dogs have to stay on leashes,
Mhm.
obviously.
Yeah.
But, I mean, what a great way, and you have to clean up after your dog. But what
Mhm.
a great way to just be like, "Oh my gosh, it's a beautiful day. Let's put the dog in the car and go for the," and every time, and then the first time that they use it, take them with you.
Mhm.
Like, "Here is your gift. We're gonna go to the Kimball. Let's have tea, and now for the
Yeah.
rest of the year, you can come as many times as you want and be thinking of me." So that's what I would do.
That's really a good idea. I
Mhm.
went more well, one is techie, one is not, and I had a third one that I like, but so I have an Apple Watch, and I love my Apple Watch, and there's a new watch on the scene that I keep getting targeted ads for that looks like a real watch, but it's a health tracker. It's called No Watch, and it does all the same health tracking things as the Apple Watch, but it's pretty and it looks like a
Okay.
watch.
Right.
And not that Apple Watches they're ugly. You can get pretty bands. Like I have this
And
tortoise band, but
and what operating system does it use?
I think it's its own app for the health tracking component, but I wanna say that it does link into your health app and all the things on your iPhone.
Okay, so if I had a Samsung, I could still use it.
I don't know.
Yeah, see,
Probably.
that's
Probably.
where Team Samsung gets shut out of the party,
I
because
would say
Apple is king for most people, and I don't like it. So anyway.
so my other techie wellness pick is the Hatch Sunrise alarm clocks. And a long time ago when these were first new, I like the sunrise alarm clocks, I got one because, I'm a morning person, but those days, like right before the time change and it was so dark, it was really hard for me to get up and go. And I bought one of those probably 10 years ago, the first edition of it, and used it for a long time, but I still had to have a little bit of alarm. But the Hatch has sound and the sunrise alarm. So I'm a huge proponent of getting phones out of your bedroom so that you can completely put that at rest. So even if you just got an expensive digital alarm clock to get up by, but for me, because I love to get up with the sun and I love the morning, mimicking the sunrise to help me get up earlier would seem amazing. But so I've kind of looked into getting one for myself to try. But those are really cool, and I've heard a lot of good things about them that from people that use them. And then my other thing, and I've kind of alluded to my planner before in previous episodes, but I'm a quarterly planner, and I use the Full Focus Wellness Planner. And so Full Focus is a company that is all about winning at work and succeeding at life, which is the double win. And they have different planner options, but their wellness planner is one of the newer ones in their arsenal. It is a quarterly planner. They encourage you to plan your goals out and break them down into quarterly, action steps and weekly action steps and daily action steps. But the wellness planner has where you can put self-care goals in there or how you're going to take care of yourself that day, where you can plan your meals in it. You can track your water intake in it. And I'm a paper to pen kind of person when it comes to my goals. And so I love the full focus planners in general, but the wellness one is the one I've been using. And they have bound variety, a coil variety, and a loose leaf that you can put in a binder, which is what I do. So I have a pretty leather planner book situation.
Wow, and look at yours, is just jam-packed.
Yeah. And I
I
have
think that's how you stay so organized, is you're very disciplined with using your planners. I try so hard. Every January, I buy myself the most beautiful planner. I love simplified
oh,
planner.
yeah, they're beautiful. Mhm.
And I'll just be so in it to win it, and then, like, I don't know, 2 months later, I've just totally forgotten about doing it.
Well, I have a lot. I have work and then I have
Yeah.
Fun things that I'm have goals set for that I want to work towards building and growing, and so this is it's I adopted this planner, the quarterly planner through Full Focus about 5 years ago. I think it was during COVID, and it's really kinda helped me learn how to set my goals that are
Yeah.
practical and realistic, that either it's forming new habits, it's achievement goals type things like a savings goal or like a habit goal, for example, for me this year was post every day on Instagram, so it just is a fun way to keep yourself on track, and they have a lot of good resources to help you if you have specific goals you're trying to meet, and the planner
Well,
breaks
I
it down
can't
into
wait to check
quarters,
that out.
makes it makes it actionable, and they have companion podcast and things like that. So it really has kind of revolutionized the way I set goals and my productivity, and they never make it about one phase of your life. They make it about, not only work, because a lot of planners are geared towards work, but this is kind of having I love that they say there's no such thing as a balanced life because there's not, but living a life of flourishing in all categories. So I really appreciate that about the Full Focus Planner. So,
I love that. I can't wait to check that out.
yeah. Well,
Okay.
this
So there you have our top picks across 6 categories. Whether
yes.
you're shopping for the host, that creative gal, the gardener, the cook, the homebody, and the trendsetter.
Yeah.
So we encourage you to use our holiday gift guide, access the links. Basically, we've done your shopping for you.
For most people in your life.
Yeah, and wrap it maybe if you have a color theme, wrap it in, something that's your favorite. I've got some holiday gift tags in my digital store that are free on my website at homewithatwist.com.
Mhm.
So, there you go.
Yeah, and if you love today's gift guide, please, tell us what was your favorite. Send us a message with your own gift ideas. Give us some ideas and how you style your gifts and, reach out to us at the Sentimental Twist Podcast at gmail.com or on Instagram at the Sentimental Twist Podcast because this is such a fun time of year for all of us, anticipating the holidays and giving and receiving gifts. And so I love to get all the ideas I can get from folks. So
Absolutely, and some of yours were so inspiring. I mean, all of yours were inspiring. I'm gonna definitely probably check out a lot of your links.
I can't wait to put it all together and put it in the show notes because it'll be kind of neat to have it all in one place. So,
Yes.
hmm
Okay, so we're gonna close out with a toast to sentiment, and that's me
yes,
this week, where we share a sentimental quote, story, or poem and end with a toast to the sentiment. First of all, I'm just so thankful for our friendship.
me too.
That's one of the things I'm most grateful for this Thanksgiving,
Mm,
is that you and I met, and we're doing this journey of life together on our podcast, and
mhm.
so proud of how your growth on Instagram is just amazing.
Same for you. Yeah, it's
Thank
amazing.
you. That Jane Austen quote that you posted has just gone viral.
Oh yeah, that was crazy. I
Yeah.
mean,
I can
it's
never figure out Instagram, you just think it's something that takes 5 seconds, we post it and people are like, "Oh my god," like it,
that's what happened with that one.
and then you spend, weeks strategizing and anyway.
I understand.
Okay, here's my toast.
Okay.
Here's to the women
Mm,
who showed us how to welcome others with grace. To my mother, to
mm,
your mother, Dawn,
mhm,
Ernestine and Dawn, whose lessons still echo in our kitchens today.
mhm.
May this Thanksgiving remind us that every tradition carries a sentimental twist of the ones we love,
Yeah.
either here or in the afterlife.
Yep.
So cheers to you, Brittany.
Cheers to
Precious,
you.
precious Brittany. So that's all for today's episode of The Sentimental Twist. We encourage you to follow us over at Apple and Spotify. We're both on YouTube.
Mhm.
Leave us a review. So we have gotten a few comments.
Mhm.
And I love that. It's so
Me
fun to
too.
go back and see what people inspired people. In fact, I think it was Rhonda maybe who said she made one of those plaster Paris um,
Recipe card
recipe
things.
card holders. Yeah, when she was a kid.
That's
So leave us a review, share it with your friends. All it takes is for you just after you listen to it, click the little share button and share
mhm.
it to your stories and encourage people to find us.
Yeah.
You can find me at Home with a Twist on Instagram, Home with a Twist on YouTube, and homewithatwist.com. And email us at the sentimental twist podcast at gmail.com.
Mhm.
Anytime you have a question, a comment, um, a reflection, we would love to
Yep,
hear from you.
love
And
it.
then Brittany, you wanna share your where how they can find you?
I'm at Brittany Shepherd on Instagram, thesentimentaldecorator.com, and Brittany Shepherd TSD on YouTube,
Thanks for joining us today on The Sentimental Twist,
where we believe every space tells a story.
and every story deserves a place at the table. Until next time,
Keep things cozy, collected, and a little bit sentimental. Happy
happy
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.